Hello everyone, my name is Mrs. Okeowo, and in this video today I'll be addressing questions that you all asked when we had our training on using Bloom's taxonomy to improve student outcome. Now, having gone through all the questions, I can see that there's just one thing everyone is asking. You're asking that how can I effectively use Bloom's taxonomy in a large size class? So the first strategy we'll look at is organizing your children into smaller groups. Now, if you want to have effective groups, you have to use your knowledge of your students to be able to put them in the right group. In each group, you should have children that have strength in the topic you're teaching and the children that would require support. If you have that mix in a group, you would realize that peer teaching will naturally occur. For that grouping to also be effective, you have to ensure that you assign specific responsibilities to each member of the group so that they are engaged and they are accountable. The next strategy to discuss is the think, pair, share method. Now, you have put your children into smaller groups. Now, you have asked your students a question. Every child should get an opportunity to independently think about the question. As they are reflecting, they are pulling facts relating to the question you have asked. They're trying to get an understanding of what is required of them. After the thinking process, you get them to discuss with a partner. So you pair them with someone to discuss. As they're discussing and sharing ideas, they're comparing, they're analyzing, they're applying their thoughts compared to what the other person is saying, and they're getting a deeper understanding of the question you have asked them. So look at it. You've taken the children from the level of remember to understanding. You've taken them to applying and analyzing. After that process, you ask them to now share their thoughts with the class or with the larger group. As they share their thoughts with the class or the larger group, they get feedback. As they get feedback, the feedback may mean that someone is critiquing their response, which means a student is either defending the response or the student is rethinking the response and reviewing what the response should be based on feedback. The person also critiquing the student's response is also evaluating, just as the person giving the feedback is evaluating his or her response. So you see, you have moved the children from remember to understand, to apply, to analyze, to evaluating. And at some point, depending on the question, children can actually now come up with responses that are unique to them or the situation, and they have eventually created something different from what they started with. So teachers, that is an excellent way for you to be able to get over 90 students to carry out a task, do some work that will give you excellent outcome without you being the one teaching whole class. If you're teaching the whole class, you will not be able to achieve this easily or effectively.